Okay, I'm back. Hey guys, my name is Leon Duncan. I am a real estate broker, a real estate investor. This is the Real Estate Lunchbox, where we just talk about real estate related issues. We got some great interviews that we have, but it's designed right now to fill your pockets. Okay, so feed your pockets. Excuse me. So I wanted to do this very quick video. I'm gonna try to keep it under 15 minutes, but I love to talk. Everybody who knows me knows I love to speak. My thing right now is what to do during this current recession. Like, if you're going to buy houses, what do you need to consider during this current recession? Because you got to consider some things. If you're going to buy houses, you got to really consider some things during this current recession. I think my little advantage around this time is that I know what it was like coming up in a recession. 16 years in the market. I started and got my real estate license in 2005, started practicing in 06. Got my broker's license in 09, bought my first investment property 2015. So I have a little bit of experience. Now, the difference back then is we didn't have YouTube. We didn't have all this stuff going on. So I had to learn from people in the office. I had to consider through some of my mentors that were there. I was fortunate during that time. I became a buyer's agent because I wanted to learn about investing. So I become a buyer's agent. No, it doesn't make sense. But I became a buyer's agent for a REO team. A lot of people don't know what that means. That simply means real estate owned. That's it. Owned by who? The bank. So the bank typically forecloses on a house. They hand that asset to an asset management company. The asset management company gives it to a realtor. So I worked for one of the largest real estate owned realtors handling foreclosures in Georgia. And I live in a city, I live just outside of the city of Atlanta. But at that time, all of our properties were focused in the city of Atlanta. And I got a chance to see investor buyers begin to purchase these homes. Now, first, my disclaimer, are we headed in that direction? I don't think so. But one thing I've learned after the pandemic, you cannot statistically rely on a lot of this data that is coming out right now. We're in a different place, a very different place. But what we can do is learn from the past, okay? And when we learn from the past, hopefully it will give us enough tools where we can be successful in the future. So I had to sit back and say, what did I learn from 2006, 7, 8, seeing investors buy, seeing homeowners buy, working in that capacity as a buyer's agent, later becoming a broker? What lessons and what advice would I give? Now, I think what kind of prompted me to do this is because I also posted this on my Twitter, Mr. Leon Duncan, and on my Instagram, Real Estate, Leon Duncan Real Estate, okay? I posted it there and I put it on my Facebook page, simply Leon Duncan. You guys can also find this on the Instagram page for Real Estate Lunchbox. But either way, I posted it. Somebody instant messaged me. She said she was very nervous about the conditions of this upcoming market. She said, I need to buy a home again, but this black cloud of recession is scaring me. What should one do? Okay, what should you do? First, I'm going to put what I posted. 5 things to consider when buying a house in a recession. It's a buyer's market, number 1. It's not like the market's hot. Some people say, oh, no, duh. But some people don't understand. And I'm going to tell you the points of that. 2, the trend is your friend. 3, pick your home right. 4, ask for what you want. And 5, don't let these interest rates scare you. And a bonus part I'm going to put in there is the market is local. We're dealing with a local market. Every place is local. So let's start with the first one. It's a buyer's market. You have to consider it is a buyer's market. Now, some people know what is a buyer's market. Simply think of it like this. Up until now, the sellers were in control. Now, the buyers are in control. Now, if you're a buyer looking, and she said, I'm scared, you have to consider that it is a buyer's market. You don't have to be afraid. For one reason, now you can transition into asking for what you want. But we haven't gotten to that point yet. And maybe I should switch the order of this, but this is just what I wrote, okay? So we're just going to stick with what I wrote. But it is a buyer's market. And because it's a buyer's market, you're in control. The market's no longer hot. You're going to find property sitting down there 90 days. You're going to find some property down there where sellers are still going to be not wanting to sell if you come in with a price and that they have made in their mind. But at the end of the day, it is a buyer's market and they will experience those changes, those adjustments. Second point, the trend is your friend. Because it's a buyer's market, there is a trend. And now we have a recession because there's a trend. The prices are adjusting. Now, some people are predicting catastrophic falls, and I can't get into that. I don't have a crystal ball. You don't want to sit back and gauge the market where you're going to be able to buy $1 million mansion for $30,000. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the trend is your friend. So over the last 5-6 months, depending on where you've been, probably the last 3 months more than likely, we've seen it adjustments, 5%, 6%, 10% adjustments in these market rates. These numbers are adjusting simply because they're going back to where they were before. Okay, adjusting back. You don't know what the new norm is going to be. So don't go against the trend, go with the trend. So if you're going to make an offer, you want that offer to be probably 5-10% less than what they're listing for. Because if it sits on the market for another 30 days, they're probably going to get that. So you want to roll with that and let the trend be your friend. And when you pick a house, this is number 3. So 1, forgot, it's a buyer's market. 2, the trend is your friend. 3, pick the right property. Please pick the right property. I'll tell you why. Market's crashing. First thing we saw adjust in the market were townhomes and condos. They're not as desirable for a family of 3. They're not as desirable for a family of 5. They're not. They're only desirable if you have a family of 3 or family of 5 and you're capped at a certain price point. Okay. And I know some markets, some areas, depending on where you live in, you can't help but buy a townhome. Now, for us in Atlanta, us in the South, Georgia, specific Georgia, we consider that an attached piece of property. Mostly our townhomes and our condos are stacked, or they're attached when they're stacked, or they're definitely attached when they're side by side. We're not looking at having huge yards. There are some cases where townhomes aren't attached, but they still carry the same exterior features. They're in a community association, and that community association has a set fee that you pay in HOA fees every month. But for a large part, these types of homes are the first ones to get hit. I mean, they are. We got them hit. You got a good deal on them. I remember, we had a townhome in our family at that time, and it just got pounded when we came to the numbers, just pounded all over. So you have to consider that. Wife beeping me. I'm about to put this on sometime. You have to consider that when you're in the market and you're searching for a house. Consider the fact that the house that you're looking for may not get a 20% hit. It might take a 30-40% hit simply because of the type of product that it is. And townhomes, condos, notorious for getting those hits. That can play to your advantage too if you're planning on lowballing for a price, because you might want to put that offer in now, come in 30 days. If they say no, come back in 30 days and do the same thing. They might say yes. You never know. Please ask for what you want. Ask for what you want, meaning the terms are on the table. Prices are on the table. Terms are definitely on the table. When I say terms are on the table, meaning terms, seller's concessions, time we close, due diligence, finance contingencies. These are things that are terms. If you don't know what they are and you got a realtor, ask your realtor, what's the terms of this deal? They'll tell you all the terms. We're not talking about price. We're talking about the things that allow you to transition to owning a home based on your terms. Okay, so consider that, please, because that is a very important factor in this market as we move into this buyer's market. How long we're going to be here, nobody knows. We'll see. That's 4. 5, don't let these interest rates scare you. Stop letting these interest rates scare you, please. The reason why is because these interest rates can be refinanced later. 3 months ago, I'm filming this December 20th, December 18th, 2022. 2 months ago, we were at a 7.5, 7.4. Now we're at under a 7, a 6.9. That means they went up and they came down. Now everybody's saying, "Hey, Leon, the Feds, they're going to raise rates another XYZ basis points." Yeah, they may raise it, but we don't know what they're going to do after that. They may raise it and adjust it. We don't know how the market's going to respond. We don't know if we're going to have additional stimulus. A lot of things we just don't know. And for that particular reason, you have to move very smart and cautious. So don't let fear grip you. Know that you can refinance. You may not refinance in a year or 6 months, but you can refinance. Let's say if everything blows over in 5 years, 4 years, you can refinance at that time, get a lower rate. By that time, who knows what the prices and the numbers do? Okay, clear signs. You don't know what they're going to do. So if the prices are lower, refinance. If the prices are a little bit higher, refinance. So I can't refinance. I might be underwater. Go back to what I said. The trend is your friend. Buying is when you make the money. When we invest and we make property, then we invest in property. This is something. If you're just buying a house to live in, yeah, you really should consider this. When we buy property, we make money when we buy, not necessarily when we sell. We realize our money when we sell, but we make our money when we buy. So keep that in mind. Now, this is the bonus point, bonus round, boom. Every market is local. This is a localized game. This is not a national game. This is a local game, meaning that locally, if you're someone that's in Miami and you are sitting on a waterfront property, it's not going to be like if you're in Atlanta and you're sitting in Southwest Atlanta in a gentrified area or anything like that. It's not. Who knows what's going to happen? We don't know. But I give you a perfect example. I've got a real estate agent I work with, mentor. She's got a buyer. The buyer found a property early Friday morning. Hey, by 12 o'clock, she had already gotten an offer over there, but the property was already under contract. Multiple offers that came in. Where is this? This is somewhere in Warner Robins, Georgia, Columbus. This is south, far away from a city, but they do have a certain driving economic source. I mean, there's what stimulates their market down there. We're talking about military. It's not tied to some of the conditions. You got military families that are going to be moving in and out. I'm prior military, hood to the Army, okay? To my Army vets and my active Army guys out there. So it's a different play, completely different play. That's low. So wherever you are, don't get so hung up on what CNBC says, what MSNBC says, what the Business Channel says, because if you can't, you have to get with a realtor in your local market, in your local town or city. Ask them, what is the trend? How are these numbers adjusting? Is it 5%? If it's 10%, if 15%? If they can't answer those questions, fire them and find somebody that can. Fire them and find somebody that can. That will be able to answer those questions, okay? Now, small plug, I'm with eXp Realty, and eXp Realty has agents in all 50 states and 17 countries. And if you have a problem finding an agent that'll work for you, I have partnerships and I can find one that works for you. Just message us at the end, message me at the end of this program, leave a comment, message me, whatever it is. But take the time, subscribe to this. If you like the content, please follow me and let me put out some good content. Tell the algorithms I'm cool enough to listen to. At the end of the day, definitely don't forget, like and subscribe this. And I hope that this helps you so the fear doesn't overtake you. We've been here before. A recession isn't something new. It's an adjustment, but there are things you need to adjust your mind so that adjusting your mind so that you can now make good decisions and find a property for you or find a property for your investment portfolio. Have a great day, and I hope this reaches somebody. Thanks for tuning in to the Real Estate Lunchbox.